in the chat. If you have any questions, there will be a question and session at the end of this program. So you can clarify your doubts at the end of this program.
Yes. Yes.
It's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to you all. Your presence makes us very happy. I'm here to welcome you all for this Web Tools for Research and Researchers program. Now, I proudly delighted to invite the admirable Mr. Karan Gopal, General Manager, Balani Infotech Private Limited, Noida. Sir has 90 plus years of experience in the different industries. He has done his master's in business administration. Sir has started his career in aviation and has worked through banking in MNC. He has exposed to media and has worked through the e-commerce and m-commerce startup. Before joining Balani Group, Sir has traveled a lot across India for work. And now I invite Sir to give introduce address and share about. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry to interrupt you. There's a disturbance in your voice. You can just off your video and then try. It might be better because we are not unable to hear the introduction properly, sir.
Yes,
so mute off your video and then speak.
Now I am proudly delighted to invite the admirable Mr. Karan Gopal, General Manager, Balani Infotech Private Limited, Noida. Sir has 90 plus years of experience in different industries. He has done his master's business administration. Sir has started his career in aviation and has worked through banking in MNC. He has exposed to media and has worked through e-commerce and m-commerce startup before joining Balani Group. Sir has traveled a lot across India for work. And now I invited Sir to give introductory address and share about the wonderful webinar.
Thank you, Mr. Bala, for the kind introduction of mine. I hope I'm audible to all. To start with, this webinar on web tools for research and researchers, jointly organized by Muthumayal Engineering College, Raipuram. It's a great honor to do this for you. I would like to acknowledge and thanks Dr. M. Madheshwaran, Principal of the College, Dr. S. Sundaraman, Dean and Library Coordinator. I would also like to extend my thanks to Mr. P. Ramu, the librarian for the college. What we want to understand today when we talk about research and researchers is how certain tools help you do a better work. Now, we would have all heard about plagiarism, affects our writings and how original we need to be. So Dr. Nikita would introduce you to certain aspects of Drillbit, which is an anti-plagiarism tool, which all of us should follow in terms of having the base of the articles or thesis or the project work written by oneself. We would shortly touch upon Langquill, which would be an online language lab, which would help you do real-time grammar analysis and also the speech analysis where people are little afraid of conversing in English. So that becomes another productive web tool which we have with us. Now, having said about web tools, we would also be covering in short how researchers would benefit out of certain journals and ebooks. We would touch upon ACS, which is American Chemical Society. We would do a little bit of American Physical Society, APS. We would touch upon Project Muse, Clarivate, which happens to give you the analytics. We have something for our arts and humanities students, American Psychological Association. Then Dr. Vanjari would also touch upon SIAM, which is for Industrial and Applied Mathematics. If you look at the subjects which we would cover today, you would go back enriched with certain points which would help you in your research work, and your research would definitely be, I'm assuring and 100% sure that your research work would be of quality. We would also touch upon a product which It's just align with all and connect with everyone. It's called remote access, without which I think the library today, as we all know, has gone virtual, would not be possible to have the data access available for all the students. So having said that, I would hand over the discussion to be taken forward by Dr. Nikita Vanjari, who happens to be the Relationship Manager, Academic and Corporate for Balani Infotech Private Limited. Over to you, Doctor.
Thank you, sir. For that, we will have a welcome address and presidential address. So Sarumati and Bala, please take over and start the session.
Okay, ma'am. A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. A good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others. Now, I'm glad to invite our respected Mr. P. Ramu, librarian, Mutaimal Engineering College, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I am so happy of giving this welcome address. Now I welcome our resource person, Dr. Nikita Vanjari, Relationship Manager, Balani Infotech Private India Limited, and our General Manager, Dr. Karan Tapol, Balani Infotech Private Limited, Noida, and our Institute Secretary, Dr. K. Gunsegaran Sir, Mutaimal Engineering College, and our beloved and most respectful person, Dr. M. Madheswaran, Principal, Mutaimal Engineering College, and our library coordinator, Dr. S. Sundaram, Professor, Dean in Technology, Mutaimal Engineering College, and beloved participants, all who are joined in this webinar. I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for introducing us to our chief guest. Be a wonderful role model, because you will be the window through which children will see the future. It's my privilege to introduce our admirable Dr. M. Madheswaran, Principal, Mutaimal Engineering College, Autonomous, Rasipuram, to present felicitate our chief guest. He inspires us each day and make us strive towards. Heartily welcome you, sir.
Okay. Good morning to all of you. Really, I'm indeed pleased to participate in this particular webinar on web tools for research and researchers. Because the day has come to think about research in various domains, particularly by the students of even undergraduate. Because when we started our research during 90s, that time only the people, those who are registered for PhD, were focusing on the research. And the people thought that they are the only eligible people to do research. That's what I understood. But now that day has come to see that everyone is involved in research, or whatever the activity we do, it is a research. Even a mother preparing food at home, also doing some sort of research while preparing the food. That's why I understand. Like, the research has become a part of everyone's life in the present scenario. So in that context, the library initiatives, they are taking a lot of initiatives and having a lot of programs on research activities. And really, we are thankful to the team headed by Dr. that is Karan from Balani Infotech and his team, because the students and faculty, they are in need of that is web tools, particularly to use for various research activities. Because when we, to be specific, when I started my research in the IIT Varanasi, there whenever we want to have some material, I had to go to the central library and search the books, back volumes. If it is not available, go to IIT Kanpur or somewhere, and maybe after visiting the library, we'll come to know the paper is missing. So it was not there. We didn't have much web resources. But now a lot of web resources are available. But when that scenario is fulfilled, what I could see is now the research is not showing so growing as what we expected. Because that time when we are going through the materials, we could see a lot of keywords. But now when you use the there is online materials, just through keywords we are searching, and we get lakhs and lakhs of papers. but it is not possible to filter out and go with the proceedings. So that in that context, I think we have to think a lot to use the online courses in the right sense and use right that is keywords to extract the papers and read. So that is a scenario in terms of research as in 90s of now. And these are like, the people, sometimes they say, I'm not getting the material or I'm not getting the tools for solving my problems. But there are a lot of free tools available in the website. And I think Sar is going, they are going to talk about, resource person is going to talk about these web tools available for research, as well as how the researchers can use. And it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for every one of us. And I thank once again Dr. Karan and his team for accepting invitation to be the resource persons to conduct this webinar, and particularly on web tools and research for research and researchers. And thank you very much. And I wish the webinar to be a successful one. And the success comes only when the participants continue with the that is input is shared by the resource persons. And I wish the participants to make use of this webinar very effectively. And it is time to think a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We will consistently be grateful to you for your help and generosity, sir. The best leaders not only inspire us, they develop and empower us to lead with passion from whatever position we currently hold in life. We feel honored and blessed to have with us the Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Nikita Manchari. She is being a chemical technologist. She has achieved TUQIP Fellowship Grant. She has won Best Poster Award for Sunflower Ailanthus Anna Smell, a potential source of cosmetic application in Lemon Discorded Asia Seminar at Nehru Center, Mumbai, 2017. And she has won Best Poster Award for enzymatic synthesis of vegetable protein-based surfactant and its applications. She has worked as a research assistant, visiting faculty, curriculum specialist, relationship manager, academic and corporate. She is a great woman. She has truly set a benchmark for multi-hyphenated achievements. She is a creative woman to motivate us to desire and achieve our web research goals and improve our researching skills. Thank you, madam, for accepting our invitation. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is all mine, because what we work for can only be, can only complete a circle if the people that we are working for use it. So that's why I am here. And thank you so much for such warm welcome. Thank you. Genuinely, it lifts my spirit to do that. So I'll start with sharing my screen. And here we go. Yes. So I would like to tell you all that we have a Q&A, as Sarumati as well said, that we have Q&A. And I would also like to thank everyone before starting this session, because it gives me immense pleasure to see how the students are involved in the session. These students are tomorrow's, researchers, tomorrow's faculties and whatnot in corporate and industries. So seeing Sarumati and Bala involved in this session, it really I feel so much happy. So we will start, we will not, skip any more time. We'll start for what we are here today. A very important, much needed session in times like now. Web tools for research and researchers, in collaboration with Balani Infotech Private Limited and Muthayamal Engineering College and NDLI Club. You could also hear some disturbance. I think there's a construction work going on, so it comes and goes. So objectives of today's session broadly divided into three main aspects. Overview of Balani Infotech, what products we have. We have n number of products, and that's why as well I am able to do this on this platform, because of so many of our web tools and publication tools that we offer. Web tools for your organization. Now there are different tools available. Most of them are useful, but what you feel will be so relevant to you. Of course, giving an exposure to that will help you in doing that. How to stay connected with Balani Infotech. Again, of course, after this session, I sincerely feel there will be a need to do that. So again, how to do that? One second. Okay, we will start. Balani Infotech overview. Now, Balani Group today is one of the leading library and information service provider. Balani Group, of course, today is a big name, but it started as an entrepreneurial venture of Mr. Kailash Balani, who is MD of Balani Group. And we have started Aditya Books. Aditya Books offer print books. It was started in 1987. It is one of the largest importer of stockiest foreign books in India. And after that, in 2001, we started Balani Infotech. This is the leading e-resource provider to academics, corporate, government organization, and across India. After that, iGroup Infotech followed the same line, and iGroup Infotech from 2007 to 8 is once again a leading provider of e-resource across India, across government, corporate, and academics. So, of course, our MD also has Global Music Institute for Music Education. We have strong ties with publishers, and this is why we are able to do our job so dedicatedly, so involved, and we are still relevant after so many years in e-resource business, in academics. These are our exclusive web tools that we are going to overview in this session. Of course, this presentation offers a step of awareness for all those web tools. It's very much important. Until you're aware of what to use, it won't be much, relevant to know how to use. So first, what to use is very important, and for this session follows the same line. Web tools and publication tools. What are the web tools? Web tools are something that helps you. These are present online. If you are subscribed to it, this will be helpful to you in your research or research paper writing or conducting research. The very first tool in this session is drill bit. Plagiarism is the buzzword everywhere. In times like now, where information is available in abundance, it's very easy to get manipulated. It's very easy to copy. So drill bit is the most affordable plagiarism detection web tool that we are going to see. Then Trinka AI. We write a research paper. English is not, first language of ours. We struggle grammatically. So it helps in writing a paper, an academic grammar checker and language correction AI tool. And it is designed for academics. So that makes a huge difference when something is designed for academics. The support that you get from that tool, it's different. Then we have Clarivate. Clarivate, sometimes people are not aware of this word, but it's very important tool that helps in, providing data, insights, and analytics. And in our world, how are we connected with Clarivate? It's because of impact factor and Web of Science. You'll see that how much we use use impact factors and Web of Science so frequently, but sometimes we are not aware who does it. Clarivate does it. Then remote access. Of course, Karan sir has told us before that in times like pandemic, when we are subscribing to e-resources and we were off campus, remote access was one single gateway that helped us, utilize that particular e-resources from our houses back then. These are the publications. Now, let me tell you, web tools are very much useful, but also when you're conducting a research, knowing about where to, which resource to refer or which resource to, look for literature survey, or be it from where you will find the relevant data or information to conduct a research. That is where getting aware of publications is very important. If you are working in chemistry, be it you are working in physics or maths or psychology, or if you really want to know about books, World Library, if you are working for law economics, that is how getting aware. I am sure that here and there If you are working for chemistry, something related to physics will help you in your research. So here and there, everything is, research, science, communication, it is interrelated. So knowing this publication becomes very important. ACS, publication related to chemistry, physics, biology. Even if the name says chemical, but it is related to chemistry, physics, and biology. Physics related to physics, psychology, impacted areas by psychology. Again, how you are affected by knowing, why should you know a journal about psychology if you are working in chemistry? When I'll be talking about this journal, you will definitely feel that this kind of information and awareness is very much required. Then American Association of Advancement of Science, a very prestigious journal related to science and engineering. Then we have SciEM for maths, Project News for humanities and social science resource. World Library is the largest collection of ebooks, any topic, any subject area, and multiple languages. Edward Elgar for encyclopedia, handbooks, and references for law, economics, and management. We have many more, but we have picked this just to give you a brief idea. At the same time, I will say that you are here, on a very particular scale. I may be you're from bachelor's and master's and MBA. So getting aware will only add value to when you start conducting your research in future. So web tool for your organization first, Drillbit. Let's see Drillbit and overview Drillbit in brief. A very great tool. I myself have used it. So that's why I know that for a particular research paper, I have used this tool and I find it very useful. So from experience, I am saying that this is best in class, most affordable plagiarism detection tool. And what differs, how this product is different than everybody else, because it is made in India product. So definitely I am always up for made in India product. It covers 100 languages and best AI and machine learning technologies it uses. There is a small tight team of PhD graduates and master graduates that have built this team. This is in a 5-year mission of ending plagiarism, and in this short time it has scanned around 14 million pages, 27,000 global users and 700 plus happy clients. So in this short time it has covered a lot of database under it, and it is process of covering many more databases. Before we go further, or let me go further, here you can see the database of Drillbit. I am talking about plagiarism. Why plagiarism is important? What is plagiarism? Of course, stealing somebody's work. Sometimes we feel that we are not doing plagiarism. When you take idea from somewhere, from in your academics, in your research, if you're taking idea from somewhere and you are not giving them credit, in what form does anybody give credit in academics? It is in the form of citation. If you are not referring them in your research paper, that how is the first step of doing plagiarism. And it has serious consequences. It has legal consequences. If somebody gets to know that this paper is plagiarized and you have not given them credit, you might land up in legal troubles. So that is again, do I always intentionally people do plagiarism? No. Sometimes plagiarism can happen unintentionally, and that is why it becomes very requisite to check your research article, your theses, or any kind of resources that you are going to put on the public platform. Check before doing that, do the plagiarism detection tools. Sometimes freely available tools are also available. Web tools that I'll be talking about, there are freely available web tools. But refrain yourself from using that freely available web tools, because the AI, the technology, the data repositories that it has, when you are using a subscribed product, it will be different. And when you are using a freely available tool, that will be different. So refrain yourself from using free tools, because it might not check the paper very properly. You will still, it will show you not plagiarized, but if you publish it somewhere, they'll say 50% plagiarism. So that might happen. So you need to use good web tools, and that is why we are here to make you aware of those great web tools. As I have said, sometimes it happens unintentionally. It lands in, in legal troubles. So it becomes mandatory. Content coverage in very brief time, 91 plus billion web pages have been scanned. We also have 13K theses and repositories. We are associated with 12K publishers and 80K journal content we have. But Drillbit has not stopped here. Recently, it has, covered 35,000 plus, theses in its repositories. And what happens when we are in the process of having more and more repositories, you will have so many content to scan through. So the result that you will get after, going through this web tool, that result will be very much accurate. So Drillbit is in the process of having so much more in its repository, and coming time we will definitely have that database. But in current times as well, we are very good and we have good competition. We are good with the competitors in the market. This is the website for Drillbit, www.drillbitprecarism.com. These are the key features. Any web tool having good features will help you do the task properly. So again, check the features, classroom management and folder management. These two different, it's separated. So there is no fuzz of both the parties coming. Admin and user are separately using for their separate roles, and admin instructors and students are in a separate role. So they are using it separately. As I have said, the repository concept is there. If you go for the freely available web tool, just Google it and plagiarism, it won't have this concept. Real-time check, we are always updating, and it is according to the UGC policy. So anything that UGC policy approved, definitely you can trust the product. Grammar integrations as well it has. So once you are correcting your paper, it also gives you the grammar suggestions. So the best of both worlds you have in Drillbit. Different languages, especially in our South, we write a paper in our own languages. People do that, and there are not much tools to support that. Drillbit does. There is multiple file formats, and if you try to be smart, try to skip the AI by thinking you can rearrange it, but Drillbit will catch you there as well. There is a grading concept. It gives the all percentage and everything. So if you show that to your faculty will be okay. They have checked it by Drillbit. They'll also have that added trust. So that is the same concept is done by digital receipt, and nowadays we are all online. So LMS integrations is another mode of teaching. So Drillbit is also good with that. As I have said, Drillbit is a great product. We have so many subscribers. JNTU Hyderabad, 50 affiliated colleges are, Manipal Technical University, Impal, many more in India, but also outside India, there are users of Drillbit. For example, University of Abuja, Nigeria, Philippines, we have Batangas College, and in Colombia, we have University Foundation of America. So across we have. Now another product, let me tell you, is Trinka. We saw after writing a paper, you can check it with Drillbit. But how to write a paper grammatically sound, then this web tool helps you in writing grammar and writing done right. Again, if a web tool has good features, it has worked with good AI database, that's how it efficiently works. You can register. This is a great feature. That's why I have mentioned here also. You can register for free. There is the option of credits in Trinka. So you can use those. I think 2 credits are there available that you can freely use. So put your paper, check yourself, that too freely. You will get to know how much difference it makes if you are writing a paper, then submitting it to your faculty, then you both going through hard times. But if you have already done that too for free, the task becomes easier. www.trinka.ai is the website to log in and explore Trinka. Trinka is next generation because, of course, AI-wise it is built, and a team of linguistic engineers and data scientists have developed Trinka. So the best of the best minds have done that. And it has a global presence. with the rate of 99.45 customer satisfaction. So whoever has used Trinka for the particular requirement, they went on the website because they wanted the help. 99.45 people are happy after using Trinka. When you are doing science, when you are writing a research paper, what you are doing is communicating your research, and that communication requires properly disseminating the knowledge. If you are not writing the text properly, if you are not giving the citation, that communication has no meaning. So the research will come, it will take the backstage, and the English grammar is not right, the paper is plagiarized. So that will take the first seat. Don't let it happen. Use this web tool to check those papers. As I have said, Trinka Cloud, Word, adding, browser plugin, it has all the features. These features, are very helpful. If these are the features, plagiarism check, then publication readiness check, consistency check, use this. When you have uploaded a paper, use this, and every feature will have its, it will be helpful in a different direction. So after doing all of that, the paper that you get will be, ready to publish it on a very good journals. These are the enterprises, technology platforms, Trinka is useful, academic institution, Trinka is useful, life sciences, K-12 learning. So Trinka is across, even in publication and media, Trinka can be useful. So it has up till now, the database of 82 plus million paid publication. 82 million plus paid publication is available with Trinka. So when you're putting your paper out there, definitely the paper will be checked across this database, and the result that you get, the options that you get, that this word can be replaced by this word from medicine, like I am from chemistry background. So for me, if a medical term comes, I will be like, am I right or wrong? I need to go through Google and research, but Trinka will help you do that easily. Now, these are the style guides with which Trinka helps, the technical word choices, sometimes writing with a proper tone as well. It's important, and consciousness of a paper, the paper should be conscious that what you are writing, how you are writing. That is again very useful. Now, suggestions across medicine, bio, physics, social science, engineering, chemistry, geology. So across this, Trinka is useful. So see the subject area that covers. I think every subject area Trinka will be useful for. Very important and very in-depth tool that everyone must be aware of, because it will be helpful and useful for everyone. I am sure of it. Clarivate. Now, what is Clarivate? We have earlier seen that it is something that helps with impact factor and Web of Science. So what it does is, now Clarivate is an American publicly traded company that operates collection of subscription. Everything that Clarivate has is subscription based. It also has some free web tools to offer. I'll definitely discuss more of that. And it has its role across. Now let me change 1 second. Yes, now I think there's some options coming on my screen that the speaker is changed. That's why I get distracted. So Clarivate, as I said, is American company. It has its role in pharmacy, in IP intelligence, in scientiometrics, in bibliometrics, in trademark protection. So Clarivate has its role everywhere. Now let me tell you, we are from academics. As we have said, it has impact factor and Web of Science. What more it has? So Clarivate is a company that calculates impact factor. Were you aware of it? If you are, I am very happy, but if you are not, so keep this in mind that Clarivate is something that calculates impact factor. And I think in publication, e-resources, impact factor is something that we see preliminary before getting into it, what journal impact factor it has, so that's how we can trust the data that we are referring to for our research studies for science. So it calculates impact factors using Web of Science. It also has different product family like Publons, EndNote, Click, and Scholar1. Here and there, you would have seen them. We will talk more about that. Clarivate was formed in 2016, a very recent time Clarivate formed. Due to some issues backend, from Thomas Reuters, that's how Clarivate was formed. However, in this short time, what it did is it purchased all the products that were already existing, like Web of Science, like Web of Science, Publons, they were already existing. Clarivate purchased it. So Clarivate, ProQuest in December 2021, and similarly, Web of Science was also in recent time purchased by Clarivate. These are the solutions that Clarivate offers in science and academia. Research publication solution. Just now, Principal Sir discussed about how much database is available online. N number of databases available. Where to go, how to find is the struggle of recent times. Whom to trust, where to publish. Is it fake? Is it predatory? Is it relevant? So, also it is a time-consuming process. So Clarivate helps in that. How Clarivate helps is they have strong ties with their publishers. The publishers that Clarivate is associated with, they are going to be there they were from long time, and they will be associated with them for very long time, because these are all strong publishers. The data that they share is something very prestigious, very, very much cited, very much referred to. So that is how it helps in that. And they have expert team, and they do all these procedures for Clarivate. In research discovery and workflow solution. Now, how Clarivate in academics helps here by helping with web tools like Web of Science. Web of Science is one such web tools. As we have discussed, ClickNote, EndNote, EndNote Click, sorry, not ClickNote, EndNote Click, EndNote. These are the tools that Clarivate offers to help academics. Another is research analytics, evaluation, and management solution. What it does under this name, it does, now funding, the very brief something that will help you understand. Now funding is available. Where to use this fund to the most, required research. Clarivate teams help you doing that. Now Clarivate team will help the organization in guiding their fund to the required research for most related and relevant for in this time. Clarivate helps in that. Moving ahead, why we are different, why Clarivate is different and will remain different in coming time from the rest is because of Web of Science. Now, Web of Science is a paid access platform, and it has n number of database. If you go on Web of Science, the database that it will have will help you in your research. The journals, the publications, the associations, the publishers it is associated with. It will help you in your research. So it was originally produced by Web of Science was originally produced by Institute for Scientific Information. But it's been here, Web of Science, it's been here from 60 long years. But recently Clarivate procured it under its umbrella. Now, how Web of Science helps? Web of Science has so many databases. Now that database is divided into 6 indexing. Now, how indexing? Let me give you a brief, because it has millions of records under it. Your record, these records help you in your research. The citation index are emerging source citation index, science citation index, social science citation index, arts and humanities citation index, books citation index, and conference proceedings citation. Even the conference proceedings citations is also recorded in the database. So it has million of records. When I'm talking about million, let me give you one example. Science Citation Index Expanded is one such database. It has 53 million records. And these records is not just of recent time. It comes from 1900 to the recent time, and 92,000 journals under this. So when you're referring to the database of Clarivate, Web of Science, you're referring to this millions of years of data dating from 1900. And this is why 99 of the top universities, of top 100 best global universities, identify and rely their work on Web of Science to help accelerate research and discovery. Now, Scholar One, again, if you publish your paper in a very good journal, you will land upon this management system. What Scholar One does is it manages workflow. If you're publishing a paper, you will land up directed to the Scholar One website, and you will need to fill in the database, research paper, to the reviewers, to everything, to your information, to where your institute is. These is recorded by Scholar One, and then your research paper will be directed to particular reviewer, and that whole process, is being controlled by Scholar One. So this is the role of it. 1/3 of world research is published and journal managed by Scholar One. So again, it has a very great foothold. As we have said, EndNote 2. EndNote 2 is a reference management system. It helps you commercial reference management software package. If you're writing a research paper, you will understand the referencing. Sometimes you have to write the it all version. Sometimes you have to write 1, 2, 3. Sometimes Roman number. One reference you change, the entire thing you have to change, and it takes so much of time if you do it manually. Use EndNote. You need to learn EndNote, but once you learn it, the task, the time that it saves is immense. So PubLaunch, another free service. PubLaunch is another free service. What it does is it is a free service to verify and showcase their peer review and editorial contributions for academic journals. So all that content, it will be available on PubLaunch. Go on PubLaunch, use it, because the database that it claims is more than 30 lakh researchers have joined PubLaunch, and more than 1 million review across 25,000 journals has been done. So free services, it is there. Please use it. Please make most of use of this free service. Another such free service is EndNote Click. Now, EndNote Click is a plugin that add-on plugin that you can use to access the subscription-based scientific journal to which your institute or your organization is subscribed to. If you have EndNote Click, that's how you will able to use what all your institute is subscribed to in very fewer of the clicks. So these are all free services of Web of Science, or sorry, Clarivate. Make most of it, use it in your research. As an individual also, you can do that. This is a master journal list. Now, finding a journal is an art. Why I say, if you do this art very properly, the first thing, the conducting research thing, it will be easy. Publishing thing, you will publish in that relevant journal, and that is how the chances of your paper getting accepted will increase. So browse, search, and explore journal index in Web of Science. This is the website link, mjl.clarivate.com. So use this website. Search through journal, ISSN or title word, and that is how you will land up to the required journal. And the research, the impact, because of this, the impact that your research will have, of course, you will see that for yourself. So use this master journal list and browse through the Web of Science core collection. It is the heart of Web of Science, and all the database, all the journal database will be available here. Of course, I must not, elaborate this. It is very well already been, put forth that Clarivate is a solution for publishers and, in coming conferences as well. The role that it has, the engagement, the reputation of it has. If you have one paper in Web of Science, the reputation that you will have, people will feel it's like a god in science. So it saves your time. It is there to help you. Make most of it. These are the product and services. As we have already said, it has its role in biopharma, medtech, IP, IP services, consulting and data. We are very much related to science and scientific and academic. However, if you want to know more about any other, engagement that Clarivate offers, please log on to the website and know more about it. Remote access is the last web tool that I'll be talking about. As the name said, a very short, a very brief, short tool, but the role it does, the role that it performs is very helpful. So again, all the leading academic institution has e-resources. Now there are n number of e-resources that your organization will have. Remote access bring that in one platform, be it ebooks, e-journals, e-content. It brings under one particular platform, and when it does, what happens? The usage increases because the accessibility increases. People know what e-resources you have, they will use it, the usage will increase, and in the end, what we are trying to do, the goal is achieved. So our cost-effective cloud-based service model, it helps a library creating their own digital, library portal. So very useful in library services as well. These are again, as I said, the features of it, just for your reference that it has so many features to offer. So management dashboard, integrate email services, secure and dependable, flexible. So these are the services the Clarivate offers, but the role that it performs is very much important because it helps in increasing the usage and helps in accessibility of your e-resources. It has trusted by 600 plus institutions across in 3 continents, and in times like pandemic, it was very much used. This is the website for the same, www.remoteaccess.com. ACS, we will be now moving with publication. I'll talk about it in a very brief way. However, I would like you to say that you can keep the engagement going by using the chat box. So definitely, if you have, introduce yourself from where you are from. If there is any questions that is coming to your mind that, sometimes till Q&A, it gets skipped. So please write it down. We will take the note of it. Our company, we will take a note of it and we will reach out to you. So please make use of the chat box and keep the interaction going. This is ACS, American Chemical Society. American Chemical Society is a non-profit organization. It was started in 1876 by 35 physicists, and the flagship journal of ACS is JACS, Journal of American Chemical Society, which was published in 1879, and it is still existing. From 1879, it is still existing. Why it is existing, why the journal still exists, why ACS publication is still exists, because it is world's most cited, most trusted, and most read in the form of journal, ebooks, and educational material for, in the area of chemistry and its many related fields. It is the most cited journal in chemistry. When I'm talking about the most trusted, most cited, so it, even we have reports for that to prove that it is most cited journal in chemistry according to 2020 Clarivate, the web tool that we just discussed, the platform, I must say, that we discussed. Clarivate has given the report. 171 million journal was accessed in 2020 and 148,000 authors published in 2020. So still people are doing, publishing the paper, referring the paper. That's why it is still relevant. When I'm talking about chemical, So the name disguises. That's why this is very important to put forth that it has diverse portfolio. And I'm sure one or the other portfolio you would be working on. Agriculture, food, environment, biotechnology, pharmaceutical, education and safety, electronics, energy and transportation, healthcare, material science and engineering. I am sure of it, one or the other would be relevant to you. 11 of our journal are ranked number 1 in impact factor and 71% ranked in top quartile. So you, for your, pursual, that this is a great journal to refer to, and 58% of articles are outside core chemistry. So this is chemistry related, but there are articles outside core chemistry as well. High impact factor 2021 highlights JACS, the very first journal from 1879. It has impact factor in 2020 15.419. Similarly, chemical reviews, ACS nanos and accounts. This is for, I think now the 2022 report is also published. So I will definitely in coming times, I know that. So I would like to tell that all the impact factors have increased, like JACS increased to somewhere 16 plus. So the impact factor for all the journals is hugely increased. That is how even in last 2 years, people have read, published in ACS in a huge amount. Now, journals are not limited to only, publishing. Journals in times like now, in times like in the umbrella of open science, in the umbrella of supporting the community that it works for, it offers various product lines. These product, services and platforms are very much useful for the researchers, for the students. One such is ACS ebooks. So ebooks written by 41 Nobel laureates, 37,000 chapters in 1,600 books. So it covers almost every discipline for you. It's not only chemistry, but across, in policy, history, and education. This is the platform, if you want to read books, and as a principal sir has already said that going to the library and not finding the relevant book, very disheartening. So on the e-resources, it is available. ACS in Focus, a very short read books that, if you want to know about something that what is happening in very different field, you don't have time to invest in the book. How can you do that? So in a multimedia, this is online only version. In an online version, you can read this book in 4 to 6 hours and gain, if you want to satisfy the hunger of knowledge, ACS in Focus does that. As I have said before, that ACS offers a lot. Many platforms. You will need to do few more clicks to reach where you want to go. But with the solution center, what happens? Visit solution.acs.org. If you are logging in here, fewer clicks, you will be able to reach where you want to go. So if you are an author, a publisher, or a student or a librarian, so if you are using this, you will be able to go where you want to, if you are looking for research paper, if you are looking for MARC and KBART files that will be only relevant to the librarian. So you can visit this web page and use those resources and in a very short period of time. Now, every publication helps journals in writing the research paper. ACS Guide to Scholarly Communication is one such initiative where these are the guidelines that helps you writing the research papers. So in a very short, PDFs, in a short articles they have written, not PDFs, but articles they have written where the experts from the area have written these articles. You refer here, and I am sure of it, if you refer this, you will be able to write a research paper more impactfully. ACS on campus is an event that ACS conducts, just like we are conducting. It will be conducted on the campus, and the editors come in, they interact. That is how you know them. These are the global events. Legacy archive. Any publication, there are so many contents. So the contents that is from the little bit of back times, like 1879 to 1995, they call them as archives, legacy archives. So ACS also has that. This is publishing center, very common to every publications. So let me tell you, if you are publishing a paper, always go through the guidelines and templates of that particular journal. Don't just write a paper randomly. Follow strictly their guidelines and templates. Read strictly what are the best practices for publishing or preparing a manuscript in that particular journal. It helps you to give you that assurity that your paper will definitely be published. Don't just randomly publish it and then it will get rejected. It is huge loss in time, and at the same time you also feel demotivated if your paper get rejected. Use the web tools, read the publications and guidelines, and use Clarivate. That I am guaranteed that your research will get published in a very good journal wherever you want to. Another such exposure that I want to do is APS. Another one journal that we will be talking about is American Physical Society. I am sure people here will be in future, will be working in a cross section. So one such journal is APS, that was founded in 1899, again by 36 physicists in Columbia University. Again, they are here to help the physics community. It is a very good journal, a great journal that comes under UGC Infonet e-journal consortium as well. And the RQ that we talked about, here it is called as Physical Review Online Archive, where the older journal articles are there, and the access starts from 1977. This is the website for APS, and we will be seeing what are the journals that APS offers. Moving on, these are the APS journals. We have already talked about impact factor, how important it is. So these are the journals that APS has. Physical Review. Now, when you are publishing, please go through each journal, what content they are publishing, and then only move ahead with publishing. So there are open access journals, whatever are star are open access. The content that are there are available for you to read. So again, the impact factors is given. Review of Modern Physics has 50.485 impact factor. So a great physics, the one in very below in orange, is a magazine. Also, journals offers magazine where the latest updates are available. So these are the initiatives of journals. As we have discussed about the archives, the older versions. So every journal, Physical Review, Series Review, A to D, E, they have their collections in there. So of course, back in the time, I always trust the research work that was done back in the time where the resources was not available. The creative minds back then were great. So please read articles through the older times as well. Now, American Psychological Association. Moving ahead, American Psychological is the largest scientific and professional organization of psychologists in the United States, founded in 1982. Whatever journal we are talking about stands, still stands strong from back in the time, from 1800s, they are available. So we will be talking about psychology. Here, in times like now, psychology is something that is impacted, it is very majorly. It's very stressful times. People psychologically get impacted. That's why the understanding of it, the research of it is across impacted. So here they are, supporting the psychological science and the community of it. The science of psychology benefits society and enhance our life. So what are the psychology that we are talking about? Before going into that, let me bring your attention to here, psychnet.apa.org form. This is an award-winning platform where all the articles that psychology has impacted will be available. So please browse through here because there are a lot of articles available. These are the psychological related area. When I am talking about abortion, addictions, aging, some ethics, I am sure, personality, teens, suicide, stress, even COVID-19, even depression. I am sure of it. People nowadays are depressed. They want to know more about it. They want to know genuine articles. They want to read those genuine articles. APA is somewhere you must go and read those articles from the best minds. These are again a database. We will not be talking in very detail, but these are the database that APA offers. Again, a academic writer, please, when you are publishing a paper in any particular journal, go to their website and know what they offer. Academic writer is a tool that APA offers. So making most of it and then publishing a paper is always very impactful. Now, these are the various databases like APA Site Info. Now, Site Info has abstracts and index records. Coverage, again, this is something that I want to put forth, that the coverage is from 1597 to the present, and it is updated twice a week. So the database is huge. Again, Psych articles, it is for full text journal, again from 1894 to present, in across 110 journal. So these type of range is available across. So site therapy are videos, 590 plus videos are available, and when you see things through video, you understand them better, you kind of relate to them better at times. So those content that will be required to see, to understand through watching it, that is available in video format. So across the database is available from a very long time to present. This is a very important page, because I just want to mention here how impact factors are calculated. We are talking about Larry Wade, gives impact factor, calculates impact factor, how it does that. 2021 impact factor will be released in 2022. So that is why the year that is going on is 2022, but in everywhere, in every journal, you will see 2021 impact factor. So even in the below image, you can see that. So that is how it is calculated. A is equal to the number of time the article which is published in 2019 to 2020 that is cited in that journal. 2B, B being total number of research and review articles published in that particular journal. So it is very important for a journal to only accept paper that will be read, that will be cited. That's how they will maintain the impact factor. That is why it becomes so much important to publish a paper in that particular journal where it will be accepted. That is why when you see your paper being rejected, there will be n number of reasons. One being that the paper is not relevant in that particular journal because nobody will read it. Their impact factor will get reduced. This is, in the back end, this happens. Moving on, AAAS. AAAS is another very prestigious journal helping science. These are the science family journal. Let me tell you, here are only 6 journal available, and helping science, advancing science, engineering and innovations. And the focus area is advocacy for evidence, career in STEM, diversity, equity, inclusion, federal science, budget analysis, human rights, law ethics. So science diplomacy, science education, shaping science policy, and public engagement. These are the focus area. So I must say that science is important behind every discovery. So whatever the articles you feel will be impacted of science, and I am sure everything is impacted by science, you'll find in AAAS. So these are the journals for your review. Science Advances. Let me brief you. The Science is a weekly, the first one is a weekly journal. So scientific weekly journal where commentary, news and breakthrough, whatever happens in science, it's given there. So every journal has one such journal that offers you what latest is happening, and here it is science. Then there is Science Advances, that is an gold open access journal. So here the content will be readily available to read because it is open access. All the content you can access it freely. Science Robotics. Science robotics is, in latest, everything is impacted by robotics, the AIs. So science robotics is for that. It's very specialized journal for that. So how robotics is utilized in medical treatments, industry, in research. This is that journal. And science signaling enhances readers' understanding of regulatory bio across all kingdoms. And then we have translation medicine and science immunology following the same in the field of medicine. Moving ahead, this is the impact factor of science. For your perusal, you can see that the impact factor is great, 47, and it is here from such a long time. So how the impact factors is affected, 2 years impact factor, 5-year impact factor. So again, AAAS has been established in 1848. So from that time in United States. So from that time to up till now, the impact factor are great. Moving on, SIAM. I am sure of it that some people, going on into chemistry, bio, mathematics is something they feel that their content will never be related to. That is why we have, brought it here that mathematics related and affected area. You have a journal for that, Society of Industrial and Applied Mathematics. So it is there are 18 journals available in SIAM, and a leading source of knowledge for world's applied mathematics and computational science communities. So there are 18 journals, and the archive content that we call it is locus. And SIAM was incorporated in 1952, a non-profit organization, and it is across 500 academic, manufacturing, research and development services and consulting organization, government, military, across. So wherever mathematics is impacted, SIAM is there. The website is given. So you can definitely log on and know more about SIAM. However, I would like to bring to your attention that when we are talking about maths, analysis and partial differential equation to applied geometry to data science, imaging, life sciences, imaging sciences, linear algebra, mathematical aspects of material science. So mathematics has its place and its role to do in so many different areas, even in financial mathematics and engineering. So this journal will be very much related. It's one of a kind, and here are journals for your references. Across now, when I am presenting journal in front of you, it is only because when we talk about maths, there is not one particular journal. Mathematics of data science content is most relevant to publish here. If you want to publish mathematics of science data in applied, let me give another applied algebra and geometry. No, whenever you're publishing, whenever you're referring to data, please understand what and where you should, which journal you should do it from. The data science content will be in the data science and algebra and geometry. If you publish it like the wrong way, data science content in geometry, of course, the rejection chance will be higher. So refrain yourself from doing that. Publish your paper, refer your data from where you can find the most relevant data from. Moving on, we also have ebooks for science. So if you want to know from the books as well, online there are times where you cannot find books in your libraries. Ebooks are the best sources. So SIAM also offers books, 500 plus titles. So please, this is the website link for that and know more about it. Moving on, as we have already discussed, that journal takes a lot of initiative in connecting with the community it works for. How? In the form of magazine, in the form of ACS on campus, it goes on the campus, in the form of conducting webinars. Every journal conducts webinars. Sometimes, especially in the form of in ACS publication, register yourself. When you register, the webinars automatically comes in your reminders comes in your email ID. If you feel that that particular webinar will be so much important to you, you will gain, information. So the best minds, the best of editors, faculties, they come on the social platform and discuss, engage, they disseminate the knowledge. So make most of it, attend those webinars. There are also conferences that publication offers to bring together, to bring everybody together, the best of minds to exchange ideas, expand their networks. Also, there are different programs and resources in the form of membership, in the form of newsletters, in the form of supporting, So this is also there that journal offers. So definitely make the most of it. Briefly, very briefly, just another 5 minutes or plus here and there, we will be talking about some platforms. First such platform is Project News. Project News is one of a kind for digital humanities and social science content for scholar community. And it debuted in 1995. It's a collaboration between John Hopkins University's and Milton S. Eisenhower. It's, as I said, it's one of a kind for humanities, and it has over 1,800 plus journals from 125 publishers and offers 18,000 books. So if you want to know any content, or there are content for digital humanities and social science, there is a publication journal, that is Project News. So what this does, it brings, it is a one platform for digital humanities and social science. It collaborates with the publishers. So we have journal publishers and book publishers for the same. If you're interested in journal, this is the website for you. If you want to know about this, related content of Project News in the form of book, so this is the website for the same. These are the publishers that it is associated with. This is, I would say, the advanced search option news.jhu.edu.browse. If you log in here, you can browse through all the plethora of content that Project News offers in the form of books, journals, and publishers. So this is the best place for you to come and easily you can access the content that Project News has to offer. Moving on, we have World Library, one of a kind library with numerous content. So it has a mission to serve public, students, and educators. Books are something, if you go on library, one book you'll find somebody's reading, it's old, it's stored out, very costly. But in the form of ebook, if it is available, you will be able to read it. If your organization is subscribed to ebook, you will, it will open the gate for millennium books. It was founded in 1996 and has licensed from World Library Foundation based in Hawaii. So World Library Foundation is an effort to preserve and disseminate digital facsimiles of historical books, classical works, and other heritage works as well. So from 10th century to 21st century books you will find in World Library. What more you will want, I am sure of it. It has around 2 million of primary source of ebooks from past 1,000 years. First and only one to offer digitally remastered edition of most influential books, and at the same time it has the scanned copies of books that you will find in top 50 university libraries in North America. I am sure it must be hard to reach to those libraries, but if you have World Library subscribed to, you can access them from your library. So this is the website link for this, database.worldlibrary.org. You need to subscribe to use this resource. If you just log in, they will ask you for ID password, and individual cannot do it until your organization is subscribed to. When I'm talking about millennial books, historical books, classical books, this also has the subject area that we are looking for from academics. It has books in Kannada language, books related to science and technology, physics, biotech, technical, maths, metallurgy, civil engineering, electrical, and electronic engineering. I'm sure One of the content you will be, you will be interested in from World Library books, not just historical, but it also offers technical subject areas books as well. It has the advanced search option. I'm talking about advanced search option. You just search it, the right amount of right required, you won't land where you want to go. But using these filters, using those filters, using advanced search option, it's easier to go where you want to go, and that's how you save time and your efforts as well. These are the subcategories. It also offers books in various languages. The languages from Hindi to Sanskrit to Tamil to Kannada to Gujarati. So books from different contributors, different publisher, different collection and subject area. World Library has it all. It's one platform for all the books, I must say. Edward Elgar is the last, and I am talking about this publishing. It is an award-winning publishing platform, and I must not skip this because it was founded in 1986 and specializes in high level of research, monograms, reference work, and advanced textbook in the field that we are talking about, in the field of law, in the field of economics, in the field of management, business management. I'm sure in Muthaimal Engineering College there is management. So Edward Elgar, you will find this platform for those journals and those books related to management, to social and political sciences. So we have around 400 plus books and journal titles covering over 7,000 plus titles. We are here to support our academic and professional community and bringing the global audiences together and being efficient to serve the authors and readers and customers. Elgar titles are on average some of the most highly cited books in the respective subject area. So if you're looking something in terms of business management, here it is that it is most cited books in the respective field areas. These are the subject areas that Edward Elgar covers, to Asian studies, to business management, economic finance, education, environment, law professional, law academics, social policy, teaching methods, political science, research methods. So I am sure you'll find the subject area that you will be interested in. Of course, the browsing option, the website name is given here. So definitely, if you're related to this, the clicker, I will say the clicks are reduced. Browse by subject area, browse by books, book series, or whatever you're related. And you'll definitely, in Edward Elgar, you will find that. Stay connected with Balani Infotech. Thank you so much for hearing me out. I am hopeful that whatever I was saying, it will be useful for you. That was my intention, to help science and community. We are also on social media. We are on LinkedIn, on YouTube. Please follow us there. We are always helping the community. We are always sharing content related to the journals and to the latest contents. We are supporting our publishers in doing so, and you can find those content in social media. For any questions and queries related to today's presentation, if you want to know more about it, if you want to know more about what it could be helpful to you, these kind of sessions, how it will be helpful in your organization, or how can we take it one step further, what more you want to know from us, from Balani Infotech. So this is the mail ID for that. And now we will definitely open up for question and answers. I'll stop sharing my screen so that we are able to see. I am hopeful that, because I was not able to see the chat option, I am hopeful that people have interacted among themselves. And definitely in coming times, we are taking initiative in conducting scientific writing workshops as well. So this is our initiative that we are going to take, but it is very important to know where to go. So this awareness session is for that, how to write a scientific paper properly, how to improve your scientific skills. Definitely, you can reach to us. We'll do that in future. And thank you for giving me this opportunity. If there are any questions, we are definitely open for that. But it's my experience that during this kind of session, it's more of interaction, it's more of awareness. So our chat box is always full, but there are very less of questions. So we will still keep it open for 1 or 2 minutes. We still have time in our hand. And please keep interacting. Please keep interacting. And Sarumati, please take over for vote of thanks. We have vote of thanks to give.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for motivating and creating lots of insights about web tools for researchers, all by being a living example of kindness and selfless service to us. You have given your best by sharing your expertise and knowledge in every possible ways to help us to how we must be the change to be a great researcher like you. You wish to see in the world by English. Thank you so much, madam, for your very valuable expertise to us. We really enjoyed it and appreciate that you made it for us. And we all now open for question and answers. So participants kindly use chat box for clearing your queries.
I just saw in chat box that Ramu sir got Best Librarian Award. So I'll take this moment to thank Ramu sir because he really has taken so much initiative in conducting this session. And because of him, we could conduct a successful session. So Ramu sir, thank you so much. And congratulations.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, really, it is a great presentation for us. It is a golden opportunity for us to learn about web tools for research and researchers. Really, you explained very well and elaborated the full details of drill print software for plagiarism and Clarivate and what to say, remote access, ACS for ebooks and APS physics, API databases and the World Library for ebooks and the details of the web tools. Really, it was superb, ma'am. Now we have come into the end of the session. Charu,
Yes, sir.
am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes. Ma'am, it was a really wonderful presentation, ma'am. We are so happy. Our participants are also very happy.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure.
Now I just would like to come to the vote of thanks, ma'am. Honorable dignitaries, distinguished guest, respected Dr. Nikita Vanjari, madam, and dear participants, on behalf of Mutayamal Engineering College Institute and its entire fraternity, I feel immense pleasure to propose vote of thanks. I want to express sincere thanks to Dr. Nikita Vanjari, Relationship Manager, Balani Infotech Private Limited, Noida, who spared precious time from his busy schedule to grace this occasion and enlighten all of us with innovative ideas on web tools for research and researchers. Thank you, madam. I would like to further extend the hearty thanks to Dr. Karan Dabal, sir, General Manager, Balani Infotech Private Limited, for his wonderful and excellent introductory address. Thank you, sir. Vanjari, Karan Dabal, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Ramu sir. It was really a pleasure to host today's webinar with you all. And we look forward that, of course, with this session, our researchers would certainly go back a little more enlightened about what they need to do and how they need to do it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And also, I would further extend my hearty thanks to our Secretary, Dr. K. Gunasekharan, sir, Mutayamal Engineering College, and our beloved Principal, Dr. M. Madheswaran, sir, Mutayamal Engineering College, for permitting and encouraging this webinar. My sincere thanks to Dr. S. Sundaram, Dean Technology and Learning Library Coordinator, for best support of this webinar. And also, finally, I thank from my whole heart to the participants of this webinar and my dear students and librarians from librarian Mr. Ramesh, Hyderabad Institute of Technology and Management. Really, I'm so happy of this webinar. And I thank to Ms. Charumadi and Bala of MBA students. Thank you so much once again for all for joining this webinar. And you have given a good support for us. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you. It is our pleasure to thank the principal sir, the dean sir, and you sir at the same time, and Ramesh sir as well has been integral part in conducting such, because he understands that science needs to be communicated, and this kind of awareness session follows the same principle. And at the same time, I can see in the chat box that people are worried for e-certificates. We will provide e-certificates to the registered email ID. We will do that in coming days. And if anybody doesn't receive, certificates due to some technical issue, please write us to contact us at balaniinfotech.com. On our website, you will definitely find this email ID. Reach out to us and we will give you email ID on receiving your mail. Other than that, sir, it was our pleasure to do this, and more than that, it only helps us to do the task much better. So the pleasure is all ours, and thank you so much for this great association. We look forward for the collaboration in future as well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Sarumati, you can end the session, like we can exit the webinar, especially all
Okay,
the
ma'am.
participants as well.
Yes, ma'am. It's time to conclude this great event, and all the participants will receive a e-certificate for your registered mail. Thank you for your active participation for making this event great success, and we hope the same support in all our future events to come. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. We will end the session. Thank you, Sarumati and Bala.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.